Brace yourselves, crypto enthusiasts. JP Morgan sounds the alarm as Bitcoin faces a potential downturn, at least warns of overbought territory, hinting at a further declines. Stay tuned for insights into what this means for the crypto market. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and let's start. So we're starting off with, are you mentally prepared for the Bitcoin run? As here we could possibly see that we are going to $1 million price, and further we go, the further we get. Would like to see the Bitcoin form a higher low here and then complete a full inverse head and shoulders reversal pattern. Break 67,400 and we should be on our way towards $70,000 once again. As well as sold my rental property for Bitcoin, and here's the best decision ever. We can see one of the guys on Reddit says, sold my only rental property to buy Bitcoin. I sold my only rental property which was profitable to buy a full coin. I didn't buy Bitcoin for the financial gains, I bought it for the fundamentals, aka to break away from the fiat. Now before anyone criticizes this decision, I never used that rental money. Every dollar I made went right back into the house, so it was like it never existed. I was tired of tenant turnover and maintenance issues, and using a property manager would have killed my profits. My wallet and bills will not see a difference. It was a cheap house in rural GA. We'll be storing it on a hard wallet with the rest of my Bitcoin. Tomorrow will look no different to me, except now I don't have to panic every time there's a hurricane or tornado hitting the south. Thoughts roast me. Basically, if he is okay with it and he is not getting any money from it, it's the best decision ever. But he could have just waited some time and buy it at a way lower price. Now he's buying it at 60,000, means like something pretty high. I feel like Bitcoin still could drop down to 40,000, at least 40,000, and it can even drop even more. It all depends on the news that we will get. Some major platform crash will make Bitcoin to go down to 30,100%. I'm not thinking we're going to get lower than 30,000 ever again in the history of the Bitcoin, but around 30,000 is probably we're getting there if some crazy massive news, like bad news, will happen. That's probably where we are heading if it actually happens. One of my companies just got debanked again. This is the third time in 12 months. Banks fear those who speak the truth about the nature of money. Please feel free to suggest a bank that doesn't randomly close Bitcoin business accounts in the comments below. Gold is at all-time low in terms of Bitcoin. Pass it on. As we're still in the beginning stages of Bitcoin bull market, and here we could possibly see how it looks like. We are pretty early, even the price is really high, we are still early over here. Good morning. The Euro Parliament approved a new AML law banning anonymized Bitcoin payments to custodial wallets. The majority of the European Parliament's lead committees today approved far-reaching new anti-money laundering laws. Anonymous cash payments over 3,000 euros will be banned in commercial transactions. Cash payments over 10k will even be completely banned in business transactions. And anonymous payments in cryptocurrencies to wallets operated by providers, hosted wallets, will be prohibited even for minimum amounts without a threshold. That establishment will attempt to blame Bitcoin for the continued collapse in purchasing power. The real cause will be the unchecked fiscal policy from the elites, looting the coffers, enriching themselves while funding foreign wars. Bitcoin is the peaceful alternative. I didn't vote for trillions of defense spending in places a majority of registered voting Americans can't locate on the map. I didn't vote for the minority Ponzi scheme called society security that I'll never see, and I didn't vote for a life of economic indentured servitude. The next one, 80% of Bitcoin hasn't moved in just the last 6 months, and it's really crazy as the market continues to grow. 80% of Bitcoin hasn't moved in 6 months. Just how are we still trading that low amount of Bitcoins daily, and how early we still are. So why yesterday's price action is so bullish for Bitcoin is this. It proves that the ETFs are not the only buy game in town, and there are other buyers outside of the ETFs that are in play now. These buyers are powerful. They moved Bitcoin price up 10% while ETFs were net outflows, and we're going to hit a period here where we have all of these buyers known and unknown pursuing 450 Bitcoin a day. Bitcoin yesterday daily closed with a bullish engulfing pattern. This is a reliable bullish candlestick pattern indicating a sudden shift in market sentiment. The buyers have taken control of Bitcoin, overpowering the sellers. The two examples below show Bitcoin had risen from 30,000 to 50,000 and from 40,000 to 66,000 after the bullish engulfing pattern appeared. It is anticipated that Bitcoin will have a decent bull run up coming. JP Morgan says that Bitcoin remains in overbought territory despite recent correction. Bitcoin remains in overbought territory despite the past week's correction, according to JP Morgan analysts. Last month, the analyst said that the Bitcoin price would likely drop at around 42,000 after the upcoming halving event. Bitcoin underwent a sharp correction last week as before rebounding this week, but it still remains in overbought territory, according to JP Morgan analysts, suggesting the largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization could fall further. JP Morgan analyst led by Nicholas Panigitsorglu wrote in a note on Thursday that two metrics, JP Morgan's future positions proxies and the Bitcoin futures price premium over the spot, suggest Bitcoin is still overbought. These metrics indicate only small unwinding of positions so far, according to the analysts. Both metrics indicate that Bitcoin remains in overbought territory despite the sharp correction over the past week, they said. There is a significant optimism in the market about the Bitcoin prices rising by year-end, fueled by expectations of sustained demand through the spot ETFs despite a reduction in Bitcoin supply after the halving event. However, recent data shows that a slowdown in net inflows into spot Bitcoin ETFs challenging the belief in a continuous one-way flow of funds into spot ETFs, according to the JP Morgan analysts. And in fact, as we approach the halving event, this profit taking is more likely to continue, particularly against the positioning backdrop that still looks overbought despite the past week's correction, as the analysts concluded. Last week, the analysts predicted that Bitcoin's price would likely drop to around 42,000 after the halving, citing reduced miner rewards and higher production costs. So, the crypto expert reveals the possibility of Bitcoin reaching $500,000. Bullish sentiment shows that Bitcoin can reach 500k. Crypto analyst Michael DePop mentioned on X, formerly Twitter post, that the likelihood of Bitcoin reaching 500k long term is definitely there. He based this assertion on the overly bullish sentiment, which he noted is great for Bitcoin. On the road to 500k, Michael DePop noted that a correction will happen and they will be rough. However, he believes this shouldn't deter investors but serve as a giant buying opportunity, especially when Bitcoin corrects 20% or more. This has been the case with Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy, which has continued to buy on Bitcoin dips and now holds 1% of Bitcoin's circulating supply. So interestingly, a pseudonymous crypto analyst Bitcoin and Munger also recently shared their Bitcoin target of 500k. Unlike Michael DePop, who didn't provide a specific time frame, this analyst hinted at the Bitcoin hitting these price levels by mid-2025. And meanwhile, Bitcoin Munger echoed Michael DePop sentiment, stating there will be many scary drops along the way, as significant price corrections in this bull cycle looks inevitable, and different crypto analysts have continued to emphasize this point, as Alec Thorne, head of research at Galaxy Digital, also mentioned that corrections are expected as the market doesn't move the upside unfettered and even in a bull market. The most ambitious Bitcoin price prediction yet. So far, the most ambitious Bitcoin price prediction is still from Gen 3 CEO and Bitcoiner Samson Mow. Mow predicts that Bitcoin could hit 1 million this year, as he alluded to the imbalance between Bitcoin's demand and supply, which is why he believes the flagship crypto token can reach such heights. That's all the information we got on today's video, so don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you in the next one, and peace.